In today's video, we're going to be covering a couple of luggis, one from a ghazal and a few from a Thumri. Now, let's first listen to the clip of the ghazal, which is sung by Pankaj Udas. And unfortunately, the name of the tabla player is not listed on the video, so I can't share who it is. But let's get into it, and then I'll share the bowls. Now, the bowls for this luggi are dha na na dhite na 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 dhite. Pretty simple. I'll play it now. So, a couple things to note. First, after the na on both the first and the third line, there's a space. And the dhite, you have to make sure to accent it to get the full feel of this luggi. So the first dhite I usually accent with the baya sliding forward, and the last dhite I usually pull back. So it goes dhite on the first one and then on the last one. And when it comes to luggis and kerva and just really playing in kerva in general, the dhite is almost always accented like that. There's another kerva piece, dhite na na dhite dhana, which goes like this. I'll probably cover this exact piece in another video, but you can tell the dhite even in there is accented very similarly to the way that this one is. So keep that in mind. Another thing I found strange is that the gap actually makes this, when I mean gap, the spacing, makes this uniquely challenging. Meaning, if you just read these bowls, a lot of you, I'm sure, would think, oh, very simple, let me just start in double speed or start it very quickly. But the gap actually somehow makes that a bit difficult. And usually you would think, oh, there's a gap, it'd be easy. You're not playing anything there. Mostly challenges in tabla playing are complicated phrases and things like that. But this gap has a unique challenge of its own. So keep that in mind, practice it slow, and over time, I'm sure it'll sound great. Let's go to the next one. So this is now from the Thumri that we're going to listen to a clip of, and then we'll get into it. And now, this may be a bit confusing. I haven't done this before, but this is now all in dadara. The last one was in kerva. So let's listen to the clip. The luggis are played by Ustad Zakir Hussain. Thumri is sung by Pandit Ajoy Chakravarti. Now, this first one goes, so let's first get into dadara. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Dati gene dine nana kete dine nati gene dine nana kete dine dati gene dine nana kete dine nati gene dine nana kete dine. Now I'll play it a bit slower than I recited it. So this is definitely a good one. I haven't ever heard this exact arrangement of bowls with the dhene nana gene and then a kate dhene at the end. And it's unique. I just have never heard this, as I said before. So let's now get to the next one. So this one I've covered before as well in a video, I believe, called 10 Things You Can Play in Dadara. Dati gine dene dene nati gine dene dene. So pretty interesting one. Of course, I don't need to say how much I like all the dati gine luggis and things like that, no matter what dal they're in. But another thing is how I figured out the last one had a kate dhene in it. It was, the track is very loud, so I couldn't exactly hear all the bowls perfectly. But as soon as I heard that there's 2 dhenes in this one, I figured that at the end, those bowls must end also with the dhene. So that's just a little tip whenever you're trying to figure out what the bowls of something are. See what the next bolta is, and that'll give you some hints on what it could be. So here we go. So this is a good one, as I've said before. Let's now get to the next one. So this is also a unique luggi, which honestly I wish I had covered in the Dadra video. I didn't think of this variation. So here it goes. Denegene taka taka denegene denegene taka taka denegene denegene taka taka denegene denegene taka taka denegene. So one more time. Denegene taka taka denegene denegene taka taka denegene. So fairly simple. There is a Rela and Tintal that has denegene tak tak in it, and I believe I've heard Ustad Zakir Sen play that quite a bit, and I'm sure he's kind of adapted that to Dadra. So this is how it goes. So that's how that one goes. And those are all the luggis that we'll be covering today. Feel free to comment below anything else you'd like me to cover. And I actually have noticed something strange, that YouTube may be not letting you share links in the comments. So in that case, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, join our Discord where we're having all sorts of interesting tabla discussions, or feel free to email me at the email I've provided in the description. And of course, if you'd like to learn from me, because in these videos I'm only able to share the bowls, but if you learn from me, I'll be able to place your hand exactly in the right way. You can also reach out to me in the email in the description. Thank you.